Hello and welcome to Healing Womanhood. My name's Saffron and in today's video we are going to learn the tapping points. So this video will really help you if you want a bit more clarity to help you follow any of my other videos. And we're going to do some more EFT how-tos in this series, but this one is just about where the points are. And I'm just going to go over the points that I use in the video. So if you want more detail on the additional points that we can add in, then do let me know and I will do an extra video on that. So when we tap, we start with our setup statement, which we say at the karate chop point, and that's exactly what it sounds like. If you were to do a karate chop, which point of your hand would make contact with the thing that you were karate chopping? Maybe not a lot of us have got that experience. If you're a karate person, that might mean more to you than it does to the rest of us. But what we mean is the fleshy part of the little finger side of your hand here. So we're lower than the first knuckle, is that the first knuckle? And between there and the wrist. And I tap here with 4 fingers just to make sure that I get the point. And with any of the points that are on both sides of the body, you can do one side, you can do the other side, or you can do both together, which looks a little bit odd at the karate chop point, but it's fine to do it that way if it feels better to you. Now, I don't really notice a difference whether I do one side or both sides, or which side I do. Some people do. Some people can really feel an energetic shift from one side to the other. So see how it feels in your body, see what feels good to you, or do what you feel in the moment. I tend to do what I feel in the moment. Often I will tap both sides, but it's rarely, if ever, a conscious decision for me. I tend to just do what feels right because my focus is often on what I'm saying. So see how it feels and let me know. It'd be interesting to see how many people can notice a difference from one side to the other and how many don't. And as you get into the flow, you'll really develop your own way of tapping. Every tapping practitioner has their own way of doing it, and there's a lot of value in that. There's some really good stuff there in just listening to what works for you. Okay, so that's our setup statement. The words that we say here we generally repeat 3 times, and then we move on to the rest of the points. So I use 8 points, and there are, as I say, there are additional points that we can add in. The first one is the eyebrow. So we're at the start of the hair of the eyebrow. Let me see if I can move in a little bit. We're not up here on the forehead. We're not sort of the middle of the eyebrow. We're just a bit higher than the bridge of the nose, just where the hair begins. And we can tap here again, one side or the other or both. And our next point is the side of the eye. So that is not so far back as the temples, not so close that it makes you blink, but just on the bone of the eye socket here. And you can see that I'm tapping with 2 fingers on these points. You can do that. You can tap with 1 finger, you can tap with 3 fingers. It doesn't make much difference. The points themselves are very tiny, so tapping with 2 fingers ensures that you get them. Our next point is under the eye. So we're again on the bone. We're sort of directly down from the centre of your eye and just on the edge of the eye socket there. Again, not so close that it makes you blink. So that's our under the eye point. Our next point is under the nose. So that's really easy to find. It's just above the upper lip. And you can again tap with 2 fingers, tap with 3 fingers, whatever feels easiest and most comfortable for you. Our next point is called the chin point, but we're not on the chin. We're a little bit higher, just below the lower lip, where it's the sort of innermost point. So that's the chin point, and we've got 3 more to go. Our next point is called the collarbone point. So we find the notches of our collarbone, and we move out and down diagonally a couple of inches. And you can tap like this. I'm tapping with all of my fingers, or you can tap with the flat of your hand if you're a little bit uncertain about where that is. For some people, the collarbone point feels a little bit more sensitive than the surrounding area, and that can be a way of finding it. But for a lot of people it doesn't, so if it doesn't for you, then don't worry about that. You can just tap flat or tap with 4 fingers, and all will be well. Our next one is the underarm point. So we're 3 or 4 inches down from the armpit on your side. I don't know, can't see if you can see that on me. We're more or less on the bra line if you're a person who wears a bra. And that's that one. So you can do that one side, you can do both sides if you can reach. Sometimes this can be a difficult point for people to reach. If it's difficult for you to reach, miss it out, stay on the collarbone a bit longer, substitute a different point. There's no so we don't have to be strict about the points. There's no set rules about any of this. You can skip a point, you can do them in a different order. It's a really forgiving process. And our last point is our top of the head point. So I usually tap round in a circle here because we've got a few meridians meeting and we get a few different points if we tap round in a circle. And then I usually end the round with a deep breath. So hopefully that has clarified where the points are for you. If you have any questions about that, I would really love to know. If you would like any further detail, please ask about that too. And I will see you in some of my other videos, and hopefully this will help you to follow them more easily. Thank you for watching.